Hello my dear friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss about the suspension of trade across the line of control. So what is meant by line of control? The term line of control refers to the military control line between Indian and Pakistani controlled parts of the former princely state of Jammu and Kashmir. So this line of control is not a legally recognized international boundary, but it is a control line between Indian and Pakistani controlled parts of Jammu and Kashmir. So this is briefly about line of control. If we look at the current affairs, the central government has decided to suspend the trade across the line of control between Jammu and Kashmir and Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So this is the current affair, and based on this we will understand why did the government decide to suspend the trade across line of control, what was the rationale of the government, what impact it will make on the local economies across the line of control, and how it will impact the India-Pakistan relationship. So we will discuss all these in detail in this lecture. But before we begin, this is our channel StudyIQ and we are providing pen drive courses for various competitive examinations including SSC and bank courses, UPSC optionals, SSC JE courses, teaching examination, railway examination, defense examination, RBI grade B, NABARD grade A, UGC NET, UPSC Civil Services Examination, CLAT exams for various state PSCs and also for various professional courses. You can visit our website www.studyiq.com for more details, or you can call to any of these numbers for more information. So as we discussed in the beginning, the central government has decided to suspend the trade across the line of control between Jammu and Kashmir and Pak occupied Kashmir. So this announcement was made by the Ministry of Home Affairs on 18th of April 2019. Now let us understand what was the rationale behind the government in making such an announcement to suspend the trade across the line of control. So the first reason is that the government cited various concerns about the trade in illegal weapons, narcotics, fake currency, etc. being transported to India from the line of control. So that was the first reason, due to the illegal trade activities carried out across the line of control. The second concern of the government was regarding the zero tariff barter arrangement being violated. And this was done through undervoicing and exchange of third-party items. For example, the US originated California almonds. So such type of third-party items were being exchanged through the line of control. So these are the arguments of the government in suspending the trade across line of control. And if we look at the arguments of the government, we will see that these arguments are well founded or they are true, but the solution is not suspending the trade across the line of control. The solution was to enforce the rules stringently, not stopping the trade all on a sudden. So we will look into it in detail. Now let us understand how this impacts the local economies across the border. Of course, the trade across the line of control had benefited the local economies in many ways. It was a means of livelihood for those people living across the borders. It created huge numbers of employment. So we will look into the details of it. So the barter trade across the line of control commenced in 2008, and this barter trade provided employment opportunities to a large number of people. Since 2008, if we look, 1.6 lakh days employment was created across the line of control, and the volume of trade across the line of control amounted to 6,000 crore since 2008. And this trade was mostly carried out in local commodities. That means the local people living across the line of control had an opportunity to trade their local commodities across the line of control. So this had hugely benefited the local people living in those areas, and it created employment opportunities in transportation, trading, logistics, etc., especially for the local commodities. So if we look at the structure and the functioning of the trade across the line of control, what we see is that it benefited the local communities largely. It was not the large traders or wholesale traders who benefited out of such a trade, but it was the local communities. So now with the suspension of trade across the line of control, their livelihood are in vain. So the local communities are largely impacted due to the suspension of trade across the line of control. Now let us understand how would the India-Pakistan relationship would be impacted due to the suspension of trade across the line of control. So in 2008, when the barter trade was opened across the line of control, this had become a confidence building mechanism among both the countries. And after that, a bus service between Srinagar and Muzaffarabad was also started. So Muzaffarabad is in Pak occupied Kashmir, and a bus service from Srinagar to Muzaffarabad was started, and people to people contact also improved. So this built in a level of confidence among the people in India and Pakistan. So this trade across the line of control was in fact a mechanism through which the people to people contact and the confidence was raised. Now by the suspension of trade across the line of control, it is not only the communities living across the borders would be impacted, their livelihood would be impacted, but also this is a decision by which there is raised or increased tensions among both the countries and especially people living in the border areas. Now let us try to solve a mains model question. The question is, discuss the current state of India-Pakistan relations and comment on the way forward for relations between the two countries. So this is the question, and this question is important from your UPSC mains examination point of view. So this can be asked in your GS paper 2 under the topic international relations, and under international relations India and bilateral relations is a subtopic. So this is a very important topic, and India-Pakistan relations are always a favorite area of UPSC because of increased tensions because of the current events between India and Pakistan. So we will try to answer this question. So come to the question. The question we have already seen. So two keywords: discuss about the current state of India-Pakistan relation and also the way forward. So your focus or the focus of your answer should be on current state or the status quo of relations between India and Pakistan, and also what can be the way forward or how this relation should be improved in the future. So the demand of the question is to write down the status quo of relations. So we can start the answer by giving an introduction, and in the introduction part you can give a brief history of the relationship between India and Pakistan, how it has evolved over all these years. So this can be the introduction part of your answer. Now the second paragraph you can mention about the current sequence of events. What are the happenings between these two countries in the current few years or recent few years? Here you can talk about the bilateral relationship, trade relationship, external affairs relationship, security relationship. So you can mention it under different heads. Now the third paragraph, your answer can be what is the best course of action for India, or what should be the stand or stance of India in this regard. So what should be the methods that India should adopt in order to improve the bilateral relations and also to respond towards the actions of Pakistan. So what India has to do, that should be your third paragraph. And fourth paragraph can be a conclusion where you can mention a fair and a balanced view of India-Pakistan relationship. So how we can maintain a tension-free relationship with Pakistan, and what should be the methods or measures that India should adopt in this regard. So this can be your fourth paragraph, and this will make a answer for this question. So everyone, please try to attempt writing this answer, and please mail me your answers to joyce.studyiq@gmail.com. You can also follow my Facebook page for more video updates, and please write to me at joyce.studyiq@gmail.com for any of your queries or clarifications. Thank you.